Yeah, this is Joey Tempest, and
And this is John Norum.
we're from the bad Europe, and we're right here on Linea Rock.
Welcome, guys. Welcome back to Italy, and welcome to Linea Rock once again. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
It's the 7th May 2012, and you're here in Milan presenting your new record, Bag of Bones, which is coming out in June. Am I correct?
Yeah,
sure.
It's coming out, Bag of Bones, and is it the 9th Europe album? Yeah. 9th Europe album coming out right now. Very excited about it. Finally done a decent rock record, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You said that you've been pushing yourself harder this time. What do you mean? I mean, can you tell us more about it?
I don't know. We went over the edge. It's more expression, isn't it? It's more grit.
Yes.
It's more real.
And the title itself, it describes what you're meaning.
After a Europe tour, that's how you feel. Bag of Bones.
Sure. Okay, and what about the cover, which is very, very particular? Did you make the concept of it, or you gave the songs to the artist and he decided what to put on it? Which was the process?
Yeah, this is the same guy who did the Graveyard cover. Fantastic cover. So we called him up and gave him a few demos, gave him the title,
and he did.
Let him roam free, and he did a great job.
And
Ulf Lundén.
All right. And how the collaboration with Joe Bonamassa came about? Who had the idea, and why that?
Well, Kevin Shirley, he had this idea that, he wanted to have a slide guitar in the beginning of Bag of Bones, the intro part. And then he looked at me, actually, and I said, "Don't look at me. I don't know anything about this." And then he said, "What do you think of just bringing in Joe?" And I said, "Joe who?" I thought of Joe Perry first, because he worked with Aerosmith before. And Joe Bonamassa, wow, that's great. I never played slide on acoustic guitar ever, so I don't know how to do it. So it was. I think it worked out really good.
Yeah, we met Joe as well.
Yeah.
Year before, 2011, I think. He came to play live with us.
Mm.
Yeah. Really down to earth, great guy.
Yeah.
So that made it easier, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because we met the guy. So.
Okay.
And I thought, well, as long as he's not going to play a guitar solo,
All right.
It's going to blow me away. So just as long as he keeps it,
he won't blow you.
He sticks, to the slide, which you only use one finger, really.
All right.
He did a great job.
He did a great job. He has that blues thing, from the Chicago blues thing. He knows how to play the blues for real, slide Chicago blues guitar, which I have no clue how to do. So, but I play other slide stuff on the album, but it's electric with, like chorus and effects on and stuff like that.
We're very honored that Joe played on our record, and he's a fantastic artist.
So you just mentioned the producer, the legendary Kevin Shirley. Did it contribute to the direction of sound-wise of the album? I mean, was he involved also in decisions, and maybe that's the reason why you picked him, or simply he was the right guy and...
It seemed to us that he was thinking the same way we were.
All right.
Because we heard some of the Bonamassa productions, like Ballad of John Henry and stuff, and that's what we're doing now. That's automatically how we're expressing ourselves. So Kevin could be the right guy, and everybody in the band said, "Let's call him." And he said the magic word. What did he say? Yeah, I'd love to. Europe is a very underrated band.
Okay.
That was the key.
All right. So it was you to call him, and
yeah, we called him through the management, and he said he was very interested in working with us.
Right.
And we paid him a lot of money.
Yeah.
Of course. What do you mean exactly when you say that this time the band has been able to express creativity deeply in a much more complete way, without limits? What do you mean by that? Why now? I mean,
1,000 shows later, we just, I don't know, we express ourselves. I mean, John has always had a bit of blues in him, but I think the whole band now is it's grit, it's real, it's honest, and for the first time, Europe is really doing a record. We always wanted to do a record like this, but also Kevin brought that out because we were recording in a big room, all of us together, with headphones, standing next to each other. We usually sit in different booths, and record. We always record live and stuff, but this time we stood together and it was a really nice feeling, you know.
So this is more a band album.
Well, it's even more a band album.
Even more.
It's the true Europe album.
Okay. And what bag of bones delivers, you know, more? Okay.
I try to hold it back. Back there.
Okay, so what bag of bones delivers, you know, that the other 3 comeback albums did not?
Yeah, what do you think?
Warmth, vintage, old school sound, and you know,
some honesty and grit.
Oh.
I guess it's very organic. I guess, you know.
Okay.
I mean,
We didn't fix so much on it.
We didn't fix so much.
That's different.
Yeah.
Because we're a bit nerdy like that. We always want things to be right, you know. We want our albums to be sort of, all the way. But this time we let a few things slide, didn't we?
Yeah.
We just let it be rock and roll. We're not going to fix everything. That's the difference here, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, in the past we've done it like Joe said, in different, you know, rooms and stuff, standing there playing live. But we never really ended up using any of it, to be quite honest. I mean, we only like used the drums.
Yeah.
And then you know, the drummer left, and then the bass player, you know, put the bass on, and then he left, and then the guitars and keyboard. So we came in with this idea like we're all gonna do it live now. We're all gonna, but at the end of the day, we ended up doing everything over again, anyways. You know.
This time we didn't. This time we kept pretty much all.
Yeah.
the
So
stuff.
now it was you know, with headphones in the same room and
Was it easier like this? I mean, to reach the perfect chemistry?
I think so. Yeah.
You can only do this if you're good, though. You can only be this honest and record live if you can handle it. I mean, some of the solos are from the live takes.
Yeah.
Not Supposed to Sing the Blues, I think Bag of Bones, are from the actual take with the band. The solo is fantastic.
Which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he's an amazing guitar player. So but that's, I think we can only do it now. After all those years and all those shows, we can do an album like this.
And has your inspiration changed a lot during the last 10 years, let's say?
Well, you listen to Allman Brothers sometimes, man.
Yeah, you know, I don't actually listen to that much stuff anymore, to be quite honest. But when I do, it's usually, you know, old school stuff. I mean, the Allman Brothers, you know, Southern rock, Leonard Skinner or whatever, you know.
Okay.
I mean, or I go back and listen to Frank Marino, Mahogany Rush.
Yeah.
You know,
I try to follow a little bit what's going on. There's a Gothenburg band called Graveyard I like. They really have that 70s grit. And Primal, what they call Rival Sons from LA.
Great.
They got that Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin thing going on, and it's so great that these young bands coming with this passion and carrying that kind of music instead of all the pop and R&B. Well, some R&B is good, but it's great to have the rock tradition brought forward through young generations. Amazing, you know.
And what about the situation in the world now? Did it affect, in a sense, your inspiration to write the songs for this album? I'm thinking about, you know, Not Supposed to Sing the Blues or Requiem or Drink and a Smile.
Well, I live in London since so many years. I don't know. I think in English these days. But the lyrics are kind of cool on this record. They're very honest and kind of cocky, you know.
But they come always from
this
inside.
One's really,
Okay.
I mean, this one's really. I didn't sit down and translate. I didn't sit down and work hard. Just straight from the heart and soul. And you can only do that after so many years, I think. It's kind of nice to write lyrics like that. It's almost like the old soul, like Otis Redding or something, you know. They just sang what they felt. And being Swedish, singing in English, you can't do that. But it takes so many years until it just pours out how you feel, like old blues, like old rock and soul. And I've come there now as a singer after all these years. I mean, what Paul Rodgers had from the beginning, you know, he had it, Robert Plant, they had it. I had to fight and do 1,000 gigs for it, but finally arrived. You know.
Your drummer, Ian, shows an absolute excitement about this new album. He's saying that it's like the top dinner served in the top restaurant in town. Is that the same feeling you have?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a funny guy, by the way. Yeah, I mean, I think all of us in the band probably think this is the most fun record we made.
Okay.
And we're getting such great reviews and stuff, especially in the UK. We're just like, oh, hang on a second. What can you do? I mean, we're so lucky. to do the 9th album and having this, getting some success. It's amazing.
So we're worried now because what's going to happen next since you reached the top?
I know. I know. We're worried too. No, we're just going to have fun. We're going on the road for a couple of years now and go even crazier. Lose our minds again and write a new rock record in 2014. That'll be our 10th.
Okay.
I hope we survive till then.
I hope so too. I have children.
Me too. The hardest thing is being away from the young kids, because we're such a hard-working band that it's kind of, you have to try to balance the family life. That's the only,
To try to stay, in good shape and healthy and all that stuff.
Not to go off the rails.
No, it's easy.
It's easy when you're out for 2-3 months. It's kind of, you got to be careful.
It always starts off really nicely. The first week or two,
good intentions.
You're kind of like in the gym working out. You're strong, buffed.
First 2 weeks, nobody's drinking anything. After 2 months at sound check, you go around with a beer.
All wasted all the time.
But
not before a show, but after gigs, we start partying more and more and more and more.
Well, we like to talk.
But not like the old days.
No.
I mean, the worst thing that can happen is doing a show, feeling having a hangover, doing a gig. The next day is dreadful. I mean, it's worse.
Still happens, but it's not good.
It has happened a few times.
It's more with you than me, though. I
can get away with it because I play guitar. You sing.
I really can't. You drink so much and sing the next day. It just dries out my chords.
Yeah.
If I have a few days off, we'll have a little rock party in the dressing room.
Sometimes when you talk, with rock friends and rock fans about Europe, you find two opposite sides, about the sound of the band. Usually the people that is more into your 80s stuff do not approach easily the new direction of the band after the reunion. On the other hand, the people that used to be into your early days actually feel much more set on what you're doing now. It's like, talking about two different bands. Even if, Joy Performance was like the connection of it because your melodic performance in vocals is actually, it's growing, but the no matter the sound was.
Yeah.
How do you perceive, those differences and phases, and how do you live, these opposite opinions of the fans about the band?
I think it's great that they're discussing things. They get a bit upset when we go a bit too left field. But we like to take them on a journey, and I think it will make the bond even stronger.
Yeah.
It's like bands like Rush and stuff. They change their albums and they change the direction, and you just follow them on this journey. It's amazing, and that's what we want to do. Basically, we just want to have fun with every record. We don't want to make the same record over again.
Sure.
So that's why. It's really simple, isn't it?
Yes.
Really simple. Yes. We don't want to get bored.
Okay.
I'm sorry I'm not saying that much right now. I'm so tired. I've been up with a little baby all night.
Yeah, that's it.
I just got a son like 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
And anybody that knows that has small children, they know that you're not going to be able to sleep for the first year or so. So
yeah.
I'm back.
So going on tour is a vacation for him.
All right.
Yes, this is vacation time.
And you have a few festivals booked already, so for this summer. So that's all you're going to do for the summer. I mean, just the festivals.
Yeah, we're doing about 10 festivals or something this summer, but the Bag of Bones tour, the proper indoor tour, will start in the autumn and go on for 1.5 years.
Yeah.
We're going to be touring everywhere, and we're proud of this record, and it's going to be great to bring it on the road.
And the set will be different during summer festival than in the proper tour that will start.
Yeah, a few more new songs, I think, on our own tour.
Okay.
Festivals is more party feeling, We'll probably do 3 or 4 new songs this summer, though, on the festivals. But on our own shows, we might do 5 or 6.
Okay.
And you can build up your own show with dynamics. You can bring in acoustic guitars if you want.
So we all know what the final countdown, Supreme Rock Classic, mean to Joy, because we talked to you before. And we know what it means to us, which is an amazing song. what I wanted to ask, is to John. I would like to ask you, what is your feeling about the song, the album, and that period, which actually that record marked, the end of your collaboration with Europe in the very first place. Basically, minutes before, the success exploded all around the world for the band. So it's was like, you did the job, but you didn't reap the fruit of the labor that you were part of. Has this song or that album a bittersweet feeling for you, in a sense?
Long question. Before you sleep, before it even ends. No, not at all. It's all positive.
Okay.
Final Countdown is a really good album. It has some great songs on it, but I'm not crazy about the production,
okay.
The sound and everything. But that's the way it was in the '80s. It's supposed to sound like that. Yeah. Like you say, it was mixed for American radio.
Yeah,
yes.
So it's kind of soupy and all that, a lot of rack effects, digital, echoes and reverbs and all that stuff. But the songs are really, really good, and it's really good playing on there and everything.
Okay.
So the whole production kind of, it's not really happening.
Okay.
It's dated, it's very dated, especially when you listen to it now.
Yeah.
And the whole image thing I wasn't crazy about that either. But that,
right.
That's the way it goes.
Okay.
I mean, it was at the time, and I was young and naive.
Okay.
There's some great strat.
Oh yeah, there's some really good playing.
Did you ever think, what if the Final Countdown didn't have that huge success?
We would have just done it some other way, That it really opened some doors. We could tour in the US and the UK. It was our dream when we were kids, so it was a good thing for us. But Final Countdown is just a small part of our history.
Yeah.
For us, it's just an album track. It means a lot for other people, and I respect that. It's great. It's a unique song. It's kind of cool. But we are on a long journey, and that's just a small part of it.
But that's the song that anybody would like to write. So, okay.
Maybe we can remix it.
Yeah. Maybe it sounds different live anyway when you do.
Okay,
Yeah.
last question. Today you are presenting the new album with a mini acoustic set in Milan.
Apparently.
So is that something that you're doing all over Europe, or it's something special for Italian fans?
It's special. We're just doing one of these in Italy, I think, at this time anyway. We're just going to do 3 or 4 tracks and that's it. We're going to answer some questions, and we're doing some more, John and me, we're doing some more acoustic shows later in May. Just a few. This is nothing that we're going to do.
Just you together,
Yeah,
just as a
us
duo?
two.
Okay.
But it's nothing that we're going to do a lot of, just a few, yeah.
But will that be like a showcase or, proper concert of you?
No, it's us sitting down.
Okay.
Doing acoustic songs, yeah.
So that's special. So the set will be a mix of new and old songs.
Yeah.
Great. So you like the feedback of the people and, having them so closer than, the usual situations like concerts.
Yeah, it's good. You get really good, strong passion, and it's great to see some more fans that we recognize the faces and some new people as well.
Okay.
It's always good.
Thank you, guys, and we hope to have you soon back in Italy.
Thank you. Yeah.
As Italy loves Europe, and
Thank you.
yes,
Great
you
stuff.
love us too. Thanks, guys.